we need to actually come and establish a base here to hold their ground.
You see all this crowd right here. Nobody is planting any food. Everybody here is focused on destroying the water. And they don't care what happens to anybody else. I think this is one more reason why we have to put our money where our mouth is. I hope I can bring the Minister of Finance, my good friend, here to understand that we need to mobilize all the security forces to stay here permanently. Almost every side of the river had been taken over by illegal miners. Makeshift accommodation, which means that thousands of people are still active, engaged in illegal mining. And what is sad is that you could see that they are basically mining close to the water and then basically discharging all those chemicals in the water.
Whole of 2024, there was not even a single operation against Galamsey, because the government of the day said it had lost in mining areas in the previous 2020 elections because of its fight against Galamsey.
Salam Mustafa the National Youth Organizer Edema NPP na papa no say enti de yetena asema yoko fuedie chatawale na ya adwene say NPP fo na de yom na ya teacher ma utumi ya kenoforiata order wanted list Charles Bisu ya de no court adubu ahin osene ya enwenwe yensin ye fifi yensin na just ya adwene so bia fine bibia yo koresa o koresa afa yen goti yani a ye de free politicians so ye de do musicians so na shikena semu na ba hu bi o se won de fa chatawala ni so no na ye ka che mu se NDC for no munye de papa for na mon de azi ho we na ye ka che mu se omu ya na enye na ye kan ye bia na Ghana for mu fo mu adwen ma ho but nei mahu se anya aburo nya DC ana waka de enka e de atere efe ne sen IGP ne yate no anya fanti comedy presela ne charity ne se pokua so Obama mo na aka asem bia yenka awo social media no so ama the president say oyenimo bia IP address o kan kwasa sem aba fa wo o se nya no aho NDC for near to travel too much. Omuye too much violent for nkwa de nya o life mob. No we no na say Sama tubasi. Sana Mustafa, wo na minimu no enya wo na in 2024 democracy hub for ko occupy Julobi house. Na ye techi omu a na udi o matem say omu ya izemunu no mudi. Omuni de omu ye Chese Ghana hamra wa ha obi antimi sori mfa ne pe enko edede no am Satan de mia MC Ghana politicians mumia mokasa nko komo de mo a mokasa nko
might happen there, but of course we came out in full force. We didn't give a damn what was going to happen. One thing I said it to the police, and let me repeat it. My principle as a person, me, the fact that I am born with 2 balls under my legs, no man is better than me as far as you have 2 balls. So if you do anything, I'll retaliate. Yes, I'll give it back to you. Yes, that's my principle. That's why I call all the boys to fight. And I have a reserve, you know, still waiting. If they want a show, I'll give them a show. A showdown there.
This is a political party.
If lunatics would not behave, I would have knocked the foolishness out of them.
These are people that are fighting for a common goal.
They are not fighting for any goal.
They are saying they are calling for Galamsey to stop, which I'm sure is something.
Is there. The bush is there. They are in the forest.
Listen, if you want to stop Galamsey,
they should go there. You understand?
Yes.
They should go there.
So you think where they are doing the protest is wrong?
I'm not saying whatever reasons what they are doing. I said my interest is.
Now, the organi no ne kura na no go wie say na say what is say Ghana for democracy hub fix the country for say ombesa ko another demonstration demonstration ebe mega ebe phantom from ebe phantom bruta ebe phantom dielo because Galamsey no omuka che John Dramani Mahama se NPP for near incompetent omo mismanage the economy no plus your life enti brana beje but John Dramani Mahama by na say aha papa no chere nye hu adwuma nani so Galamsey side why too loose the way na yempe enti what is democracy have was so message demonstration no say yenye mudeni muye buhe democracy have yenye mudeni muye buhe me say chama to boss say the baby you will say the democracy have before you know fantastic opepa the way Galamsey who say man your president John Dramani Mahama yi na ni no wa dwene hu saa on tell say eni kwa so e kwa saa for that reason say democracy have before so mu kwa demonstration Jesus Christ na ni Jehovah pa enti wey the reason why I support it I say one more time ye Galamsey demonstration and Galamsey now na ye police force abam for two what they all support it. Hallelujah.
This miscarriage of justice, arbitrariness, selective application of the law, selective justice is gaining roots in Ghana. That if we do not talk about it, if we do not act against it, and it takes center root, my friends, my colleagues, I'll remember you let me remind you the parable of when they came for the socialist. I didn't say anything because I was not a socialist. When they came for the trade unionist, I didn't say anything because I am not a trade unionist. When they came for the Jews, I didn't say anything because I'm not a Jew. When they came for me, complete it. When they finish with NPP people, they will come for you. And let me show you that it will happen. Recently, one of Ghana's biggest music acts, undoubtedly, the biggest musical brand in Ghana, Shatta Wale.
SM for life. SM for life.
Was arrested by Yoko and kept for about 24 hours. Then they did their thing to Shatta Wale too. He was given bail of 10 million Ghana cedis.
It's bail condition to punish.
Let me tell you, when they started these unreasonable bail conditions and we started speaking against it, maybe people thought that it is because they are NPP people. No. I repeat, it is on the point of principle. And that is why I went to support Shatta Wale, to show my dislike, my disgust, my angst towards the unreasonable bail conditions that they have been putting on people.
The last minister, any environment minister, Nena Juma Yedu, post me no day. If it's a Honorable Dr. Alhaji Muntala Mohammed, Tamil Central MP, no ka the 8 gallant heroes no ho. The position no, Papa a friend Honorable Kofi Amabua, Aje Kena Juma ho. Papa ne say, or can play, and you play for say, yensa ase no, ebebo ho ban. Eti ene se uhu se Galamsey side asoja for camp tent esisi ho no mo de omo nansan yakodu o ko porta ko du o enu aduani di eden wuram ho a reason very simple. Oni interior minister Honorable Muntaka Mohammed Adin Komo, oni the current acting Minister of Defense Kessel Atuforsen outside finance minister Adin Komo omaji pinde say asoja for no omo de omo na ye no ko guye nwuram That is almost all the Galamsey site you na. They say no umpo. A soldier for ever occupy Galamsey site. And the anyone the obabo, baba betuom. Obaba no na men in green. Aha, memamba. Omo di kan ready apom mutu. Omo twen dada. And the munga mu we meet. So we are bema bra. Nemo no say ope peace. Na ompe wo a. What na fi. O se Galamsey na mre no nie tam na so. Ye be end Galamsey ni now. Now. You forget it before cano. Soldier for air co forest anymore. Ye ni Galamsey ni ne.
From Pristia to Sangoma, where the Nkobra River stretches, is 190 kilometers. For the past 3.5 months, our main concentration has been on the land and then on the river. But I want to stress that our interest is on water bodies and forest reserve. We've done a lot of operation on the land, and we have shifted now on the river.
What was meant to be an hour canoe ride on the Nkobra River turned into more than two, a journey that revealed the scars of illegal mining deep on the Nkobra River. The Land and Natural Resource Minister Emmanuel Ama Kofibua joined the Western Region Security Council on Thursday to inspect Galamsey activities at first hand along the Nkobra River. Instead of a clear water, the river flowed thick and milky brown. Just minutes into the journey, the team encountered a Galamsey makeshift hub made of wooden and plastic structures, known as Chinese Town. Now, a Galamsey hub carved out of what was once a cocoa farmland. Women and children were left behind as miners fled at the sight of the delegation.
You see all this crowd right here. Nobody is planting any food. Everybody here is focused on destroying the water.
Further upstream, devastation spread wider. Hundreds of chamfans clogged the river. Pumps, pipes, and heaps of sand lined the banks like monuments to destruction. So behind me is a pit dug by these illegal miners, just few minutes walk from the Nkobra River. This is to remind us that this war is not something that we should just be playing around with.
Did you burn the excavators? Okay.
Why can't they replace it?
The people who are doing this have declared war on the people of Ghana, period. They are not simply looking for gold. They've decided to completely decimate the Nkobra River. And they don't care what happens to anybody else. I think this is one more reason why we have to put our money where our mouth is. And I hope I can bring the Minister of Finance, my good friend, here to understand that we need to mobilize all the security forces to stay here permanently, because we are at war. Almost every side of the river had been taken over by illegal miners. Makeshift accommodation, which means that thousands of people are still active, engaged in illegal mining. And what is sad is that you could see that they are basically mining close to the water and then basically discharging all those chemicals in the water, pumping it out and discharging it in. That's really the modus operandi. What was even shocking was that the Minerals Commission and the EPA somehow have also given licenses to some mining companies. I think effective immediately. Those guidelines that says that 100 meters from the water bodies must change. I think it has to be 1 kilometer far away. That is if there's a need to even give any concession at all.
Captain Nanakweku Owusudome, who leads the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat.
We need to actually come and establish a base here to hold their ground. It's like I would say, it's a matter of time. It's not a one-day thing. So with as time goes on, when we establish the base here, they will know that we have come to.
Felix Fosu Kwache, eso the communication director, the president, say Minister of Government of Communication. Now, Papa say so far, man for Ghana, Abenye Jumano say they be added in Musubu Gramokai. Also, over 440 excavators. Anna John the money, Mahama Abdul Salam, a friend Salam, Mustafa. National organizer, youth organizer, the NPP. Who say, Amungo demonstration for what? Momentana Munyaki. No money in the Moya, into a month for demonstration. Wasn't a Chinchina Traman for great demonstration. Or catch they say 440 excavators, Yaji. And then 300 champagne machines, Yaji. 900 water pump machines, Yaji. Need every Galamsey for. And yes, small scale miners. And your mom too good. Say, Anglo Gold Ashanti, a friend is a Nimon Ghana for. Nina Galamsey for. Yaji Sanimo, you know, for Montaigne. You go so I had the full force, full yanya. Yet, yes, in Roma, you know more. Omutuni at him. And the young baby, you are proving them wrong, say. We are ready to fight against Galamsey. Salam Mustafa. So I will call now, call say, I'm from Congo demonstration. I say, you are having a political talk and then national dialogue. I'm say, oh, bro, for now, be. President Mahama. Anna Sami Javise, Yamon Abaso. Or say, so far, the President John Dramani Mahama, John Ababu. Don't come and Gruma, never all your person stopping Galamsey. No. Say, Ghana for who Papa vision, Nini missioner. And come down on Mumpire, Mukum go to Jenima. Come our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Say the Western John the money Mahama no. Say asu the chira yeso so because Papa na duma na oboni e fanta bruta. O say plans now wa outline dia to no. E bia work systematically. Enti mo amu say John the money Mahama nyenye ready. So be so Galamsey no shame on you. Shame on you. According to Midjans.
I'll go back to that very location and do the same press conference because
against
in fact, no, against Akufo-Addo, because in fact, and you will all attest to, President Akufo-Addo lacked the political will and commitment to end the Galamsey menace, and he actually promoted it and made it a free-for-all venture for his party apparatchiks and appointees who decimated our forest reserves and water bodies. And I have no regrets for the stance some of us took in opposition against his government. You see, I am proud of the fight against illegal mining that is being waged by the NDC Mahama government so far. I'm proud. I'm proud because significant strides are being made. And that is my worry about the ongoing conversation about Galamsey. Very important conversation. But we are not giving it that holistic full picture. Okay. Kojo, the country that was handed over to us on 7 January 2025 was a country that was not fighting Galamsey at all. As a matter of fact, what was happening was that fighters of Galamsey were being fought. Fighters of Galamsey were being arrested, prosecuted, and jailed. I don't think that should be lost on us. As a matter of fact, in the whole of 2024, and Erastus Asaredonko will bear me out. The whole of 2024, there was not even a single operation against Galamsey. Because the government of the day said it had lost in mining areas in the previous 2020 elections because of its fight against Galamsey, which was not true. They lost because of their fraudulent fight against Galamsey. But that was what they said. And I remember very well their national youth organizer going to mobilizing NPP youth to go and confront protesters. Democracy Hub, that's their name.
Yeah, Democracy.
That they should go to the bush and protest against Galamsey. Some were arrested and handcuffed and all that for protesting against Galamsey. There was no fight. Because now there is a fight. That in itself is a significant improvement on the status quo that we inherited.
But the results are worse.
The results are
numbers
not worse.
don't lie.
The results are not worse.
Let me demonstrate.
Tell me about the results.
So take the Konyako water treatment plant that has just been shut down. The NTU levels in the water source there in August 2024 were around 14,000 NTU. That's bad enough. That's terrible. It's now around 32,000.
Yeah,
that's more than double.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that's just one place.
Yeah.
You have several other places where the water treatment plants are being shut down because of Galamsey.
Yeah.
We've got far more excavators coming into the country than ever before, according to your own transport minister. Over 200 a day. Right? These are numbers that have increased, escalated over the past 9 months. So it may well be that you are doing things to fight Galamsey, but isn't it also true that the things you are doing aren't working?
That is a half-truth. That is not wholly true. The data you've put out is correct, but that is not all there is in terms of data on turbidity levels. So you are right, but you are not wholly right, because there is also data that shows that with regards to certain water bodies, NTU levels or turbidity levels have improved. So that is why I say we must analyze this holistically. Let me give you examples. I just took this data from the Water Resources Commission this morning, and I'll share with you. 2024 turbidity levels, they collect data twice a year, February and July. February for the dry season, and they do July for the wet season. And I wanted to see the trend 2024-2025. In many cases, it has worsened. You're right. But in many cases too, we've seen improvements.
Sami Demfi say young country Ghana for said the NDC, the John Dramani Mahama administration, ebe endi Galamsey, and they believe for God and country, omo best, and their best they believe will be enough. Ti Ghana for mon for support, mon for mo chitani na. Mo fam plaster NDC ene John Dramani Mahama na eye dan e mena so me solve Ghana problem na nkrofo we de meti o mon kana makoma Ghana Medical Association for Allah wallahi the most useless organization as a union e wo Ghana ha we die fe firi was nkrofo we ne to aso nkrofo say yen kan John Dramani Mahama say as I saw stop illegal mining now. I guess I'm demonstration kakrakapa say John Bullion common kwan ye no Ghana. Ghana no say kofa president John Zabo. Kongrofo bi wa see a chomo to ma. Me can say last year 2024 year and quite 2024. Organized labor aye Ghana adwumakuofo ni na union. I got so much demonstration because the Galamsey site I say so. Omo here pomudin so and make say according to go PMU or Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Almost kidney and a friend is saying liver diseases and cancer problems. I came over 5,000. Now the Ghana Medical Association are the right entity. Your problems here the same. Apart from your bad habit is here, Indomine nya di anajo. Bia no nya anom. Friend is say we no boys ni nya hye. Jot no boys ni nya amadi so omeja anom. Tramo ni a friend is say unim ready ye nya yese beja anom. Another factor wey lifetime choices among for na decide more. Nemom de uni choice. Uni any choice be a zero choice. Because one obi on pensa onum sa. Obi ompe wi onum wi obi ompe unim red tramo yi onum tramo obi ompe jot onum jot It's a choice. But in some patterns, a choice. And so I didn't want a choice. And so I did a young one, a choice. And so they say, Organized labor for Kamubo Musomuko demonstration, Ghana Medical Association because of political interest. Mrs. Uncle Fully Naya, Okoyemu NPP before. I'm for Ghana for when I don't want you almost of the woman Monko. And there's handsome uniform, or when you no catch there, said John Dramani Mahama, and Gole, I nigga himself, to hell to your strikes. As a monarch, someone saying, Mufu, what you almost what? Oh, marry. I don't even understand why the NDC have not looked at that area. Some of them be on a political interest. I don't know. You are so afraid to speak about the same Galamsey that 2024 was a canker. The same Galamsey is a canker today. And today you have a different tone, a different voice, a different message. Mabo boatam. And I'm not to be a motiano. Wait, mean to Sabi. Send a black car no. Or say the Unichas mean to Sabi. Where to Sabi. Ghana Medical Association for. And it remove Muyan penny for that Mudi anymore. Muni na no more. Moya mambo for. Mumpe. You cannot opt out from one Galamsey problem. And then the very next year, in less than 9 months, you have found your voice. Mumpe okay. Na katana chims ata nana. Mumpe be na montana. Wait, don't want mama wait a minute. How? Yeah, I never deal with you. Why? Yeah, the end say Galamsey the way time I hope you will never stop it. But Ghana Medical Association for the make omuni locus, omuni to me be as on casa. Yeah, Ghana for na ya na di em kwanse is him. Because you say omo no pay yi, omo te muja akwa buchede bia. E go do hospital say omuja mi ewu ani. Omunya akwa no makuku ni na na omo atom. Wu wadi she ewu no mo ka tell say wuni nipa du ma husu ewu. En cause asem sa ni ate. Nti eye. This time around president, you know, one on one, mungamu, bago, face to face. Huh? You forget to amo. You know, daily. Now, Sami Jamfi say yes, solve it. Now, Ghana Medical Association for person go striker. Me so mon copy be intana, they go and sit down. You for mo. Sierra Leone, Minister of Finance, as a kettle of Dr. Kettle of 2000. Kettle of 2000 finance minister, Sierra Leone. Finance Minister Sheku Fantamandi Bangura. Papa no so be share mu Ghana, obedu Ghana say oyere abrante na efe ne Sami Jamfi. And I say ha, aden bibia na say han. So on them gold board for CEO and I say han. I say Sierra Leone for just say too good in yende. The Christ that a small refinery. Nemo no say na mo export gold. Ene hu sika no Sierra Leone as yenya sika no. Enti yebeti my den na eso be sa Ghana. Enti Chief Executive Officer Edema Gold Board Sami Jamfi try me kwan no. Na ma free Sierra Leone to na ma ba bi dura. E ba bi sua de. Am say Ghana for the education as a teachers. Yenim kire yebeti ma kire kama na anga say ko tena exam centers na say ya na efeli. Se ba practical na efeli ba theory no wallahi lie. Obi oni ma de kire chen. Eti sesia mi ka say Sierra Leone Minister of Finance Sheku Fantamandi Bangura ene Sami Jamfi ene nam wo kire no da bi fa monye we gold no munji free ha monyi we free ha wa kire no kama ama say Sierra Leone for so mo be sua de for Ghana nto mu complement gold board policy no mo ye no Ghana har na de akobua Sierra Leone na Sami Jamfi no ga say Galamsey na Salam Mustafa, the national organizer of the NPP. Eka se enunti chinchina atwan. Omo time amam for strike. And this time around amam for strike amon ko strike amam for go demonstration, do go demonstration amon go no. Omo de omo solve but any one time or one day job. A age long problem. O say obi the 8 years na say no. 8 for 8 months enye ni ye. Munya abotremaye. Kakra ebe ye ti ebe ko so ya ko ye ni ye tin kwa wodie ye nyanko po no Sami Jamfi say ye nya abotre mu obuji zure man kan sa o mu ga say aduma na gafu politicians we angasa na more position. Ana more solution in na problems no. How I be solve problems in na. Mo ba power we ya mo time. We dey before the mudika. Woman say na mo ya bom sanfo ne dey but the devil and the evil is still the same evilness and the devilness na dey. Hwe say it is for mo say say mo say nentem. Na say rhetorical questions na mo dey ma ye no. Any rhetorical answers no. Many sure Ghana for APCT. It's not face the country. Any democracy have was it on the say you issue any ebe white no. Demonstration no. There. Ebe so. Why a naked truth our old Oldboga said you know that so ever go per Maxi Billian. Mustafa Salam our national organizer, youth organizer, NPP say Ghana for mo person mo demonstration kwanda ho mo nkwana go demonstration no because the ye shatawale because the NPP wan fa nkasa and they akoya bro nya they akoya manfo fufuro ni na ne kwakwa na nse mo demonstration kitu ebi na nse mo person mo kwakwa demonstration tia ben yo kana ari akoche mo ana meka ne se 2024 o see demonstration na manfo ye no okura babo am ya teche manfo okura tum ndi woni moral right men kabi Nemo no reply say Galamsey asam no person oka Ghana Medical Association for say John Dramani Mahama and stop Galamsey omo hiti on the street and me say omo so form them no so eyo omo kro yai ana na dan kwa gofado Ghana Labour Council yanko demonstration omo Ghana Medical Association for omo na yare na Galamsey yare ni na ebe ni na hospital omo kwa na isi omo monko because of political interest but then afomo kunyansa because John Dramani Mahama na aba indizi na aba omo yare emfa yenti ase omo nje na Ghana for yanko ntokwa ba no nje say ye jama John Dramani Mahama ene ndiza for mu wodi die sister demonstration dey be koso to ma yes simple and short ajuma yenti ase but Sami Jamfi say the government of Ghana John Dramani Mahama and the NDC administration omo ne nema tokwa mu a omo make sure say Galamsey no ebe ende na o say yenti ase say Galamsey no aye ages problem 8 years problem omo din for 8 months of but omo bojoma ngasa ankyere yenti omo kan de ba yenti Nemo no Sierra Leone for Minister of Finance abe pem wo Ghana ogotua afreze ogoduru Sami Jamfi ni ma say chairman gold board for adwuma ma ye no so ani Sierra Leone for ya te wonka mo aye ni esu ade ne kwa ye de ko boye man Sierra Leone me say sana ye bukulong tokulong NPP for say ni say kama ama Sierra Leone for different country e ba bisua and hallelujah ye Yesu do yampa but akase gold boss beboa ama Galamsey ayende awo Ghana ha for comment comment section na say we are subscribe like it na share ma unia enya bi na notification button on because eye den ebeye gagindim garden edinu ba ko pe Maxi Billian on naked truth Oldboga trends macro bye bye.